Friday. Welcome to San Antonio Star Week Resource Essay Edition. And I am happy to welcome you all today for our final day here at this conference, but this is not going to be the final day that we start forming a community and being together. So look forward to hearing more from us in the near future. Today, I'd like to again thank our sponsors. The City of San Antonio, the Port San Antonio, San Antonio River Authority, CPS Energy, and UT Health, as well as Veteran Social Summit. Thank you for streaming, so you guys out there can also participate in what's going on today. And I'm trying to make some work, which I think I'm not. So today we have some exciting speakers for you. We're going to continue the vein of providing resources. We have an attorney coming in this afternoon at lunchtime. So if you're in a GovCon space, you want to tune in for that. And this afternoon, we're going to talk a little bit more about resources and programs for the military connected community. And I'm going to turn it over to my partner in crime, Alan, who's going to introduce our first speakers for this morning.
Our first speakers today will be Terry Williams and Rachel Miller from the PenFed Military Foundation, an incredible institution that I've had the privilege of being a part of. I recently went through as one of their cohorts in Bentonville. I'm really big on when you find something that resonates with you, go all in on it. And going through this cohort, it really resonated with me. PenFed, the people, everything about it. So I'm going all in with them. I'm really excited about presenting them here today and the programs they have to share and what that means for our community here in San Antonio. So without further ado,
Rachel and Terry.
All right, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you all for coming. Rachel and I will talk a little bit about the PenFed Foundation and our programs, but we really do want this to be a discussion.
I'm going to change out the mics. Sorry about that.
Did it not work at all?
Can we get this up too then?
Yes, we will.
Okay, good, thanks.
Yeah.
Second one, perfect. Sorry about this, guys.
That's okay.
That's all right. We're going to fix everything in post.
Oh, so it's not live streamed?
It is.
Oh. So are you getting all of this great stuff?
Should we dance? Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you so much. Yeah. Are we good?
Yes.
Excellent. So Rachel and I would love to talk to you about our program from the PenFed Foundation for Military Heroes. And we'll really talk about our Veteran Entrepreneur Program, which we both run.
Yeah, so really great to be here.
Yeah.
So Terry and I kind of came on, I guess, last September-ish.
Yeah.
I started with on the foundation side. We call Terry a hybrid.
Yeah, I'm a hybrid because I'm with PenFed Credit Union as a senior vice president for their global fixed assets, as well as our construction, real estate, all those things, physical security. But I also work on the foundation side, where I'm the director of this Veteran Entrepreneur Program. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't first give a little bit about PenFed Credit Union, because the credit union has a big presence here in San Antonio. We have our service center here, a large service center. We employ over 700 employees. And we have branches across the entire circling kind of the outskirts of San Antonio. And the reason that's super duper important is because PenFed Credit Union was founded specifically as the War Department Credit Union. So it was focused on national security and the military folks. And so they're really about giving, focusing on the military, national security community. And so back in, 2001, the foundation was formed through PenFed Credit Union. And that's why it's the PenFed Foundation, always focused on veterans as a result of 9/11. And so you jump a little bit further to 2018, and that's when our program was started, the Veteran Entrepreneur Program, specifically focused on training and educating veterans, veteran entrepreneurs, because veterans really make great entrepreneurs. I think if you look at all the statistics, 6% greater success in startups, all of the military training they come with, absolutely incredible, makes them great entrepreneurs.
Yes, so we've helped through the foundation, I think over 140,000,
Yeah,
I think is what
140,000 folks.
Folks through our multiple programs. Through the Veteran Entrepreneur Program, I think we've reached a little over 120 vet-led companies. And like Terry said, you know, veterans make great entrepreneurs. And I know that I'm kind of preaching to the choir here. You know this. I mean, but one thing that kind of stood out to us is that, and I think one of our main goals is to highlight the great things that veterans are doing, you know, and that's one of the purposes of the foundation. Veterans, like you said, make great business owners. I mean, think about all the things that you guys have been through. Entrepreneurship is probably like the least and most scary thing. But one thing that we've, you know, noticed as we've kind of learned more about the space is, one, how many businesses are owned by veterans. I think at last count, it was like a little over 2 million across the US. And think about this. What are you going to do as a veteran entrepreneur as you continue to grow and scale your businesses? You're going to hire more veterans, right? And so think about the impact that has. We also think about the impact on recruitment efforts, right? We're highlighting the good. We're highlighting the positive things. We're highlighting like how amazing veterans are and what you're capable of. And so if we can have some type of indirect impact on, you know, on military recruitment, then that's part of it too. So all of this is to just show the good and the positive and elevate these veteran founded companies.
And you're probably asking why PenFed Credit Union is really passionate about this. And that's because our CEO and president of the credit union, James Skank, he himself is a veteran. I'm also a veteran. And then the president of the foundation, and oh, by the way, I should have said James Skank is also the CEO of the foundation, but the president of the foundation, Andrea McCarran, her father was a military brigadier general, if I'm not mistaken. And so she's super duper passionate about supporting veterans. And so for us, we want to talk a little bit about our program because we think our program is probably one of the best in the world. So first off, what we're looking to do is we're looking to scale our program to touch more veteran entrepreneurs. And we're looking to move our program here to San Antonio. We want to move it to, yeah. We're looking to do two things, and I'll let Rachel talk a little bit about the program, but we're looking to do two things. We're looking to place one of our accelerators here, and that's really about an entrepreneur, a veteran entrepreneur, or spouses. We do military spouses as well, that already has an MVP, a minimum viable product or service, probably already has some income coming in.
Not always.
Not always, but sometimes. Yeah. But we also go even as far as post Series Alpha investments for that accelerator program. Very competitive, but it really is a great program.
Yeah, so one thing that I've noticed kind of as I've gone to different events is that when we talk about what we're looking for the accelerator, we think people know what we mean. And I've realized very quickly that they don't. So when we say, okay, we're looking for the accelerator, we want early stage, high growth, scalable startups. We're looking for things that we could see scaling to a national brand or level, right? Things that we can see growing exponentially. So for the accelerator, that's the model, and that's kind of the sweet spot that we're looking for. So if you have a company, or if you know of anyone who could use that, or who kind of fits that model and could use our help, let us know. Because here's what we find. We have, I mean, you guys were out there like in your careers doing what you do, and you get out and maybe you do create this product or service that does fit the model, and you have an MVP, and maybe you have some traction and a little bit of revenue, and then you're like, and probably a little luck too. And then you're like, oh, what do I do now? Right? Nobody taught me how to manage, my finances. Nobody taught me the legal considerations I need to take before I look for investment money, or to protect my IP, or whatever it is. So where do you go? And I think that a lot of times there's just so many resources that you don't really know. And I think we talked about that a lot this week. It's almost like that analysis paralysis. Like you're like, I don't even know where to start. We'll start with us. That's where we come in.
And the great thing about it is we'll do 3 things for you for sure, other than just educating and training you. And these 3 things are based on Syracuse University that has done a study. And those 3 things are: most veterans, if not all, are lacking in a network, which is critical to success as an entrepreneur. Number 2, a mentor, a good mentor, a former CEO, a former person who's got some, even a veteran, doesn't have to be a veteran, but could be. And the other thing is access to resources. And our program brings all that together. We put you in front of VCs, and we hone your pitches, and we do a number of things in this program that are really super helpful. And they hit those 3 critical issues that veterans often find themselves in. And that's really because, obviously, as a veteran, you were out there training 24/7 or deployed 24/7. And so you didn't have the opportunity to make those connections while in active duty. And so we bring that to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess we could kind of talk about how the program works and how our application process works.
Yeah.
And then we can maybe move into what our expansion looks like.
Yeah.
So if you or someone you know is interested in applying, you just go to our website. It's penfedfoundation.org. The application is lengthy, and that's by design. We are looking for a specific type of company, like I mentioned. So fill out your application. It is a very competitive process because it's a very intimate group. So we keep it to about 8 to 10 companies per cohort, because we want to be able to pour everything into you guys, and it just not being one of those things that's just like, oh, we got them here, check a box and move on. Look what we did, pat ourselves on the back. We really want to be engaged with you. We want you to stay engaged with us. Yeah. So apply. And then we have a selection process. We do interviews, and we have a team kind of conversation digging into the applications. And then we make our final recommendations. And
by the way, I'm the mean guy.
I don't know.
I'm the Marine. So when I'm looking at things, I'm like, I don't think so.
I don't know. Look, we argue a lot, like a lot. But at the end of the day, I think we agree on, on them. Yeah. So once you are selected, one of the really great things about this program is it isn't just like, oh, we're just talking to the group as a whole. We do a deep dive with each of the companies, and we try to figure out what challenges you're facing. Who do you need to be in front of? What network do you need? What resource do you need? Because even on the application, we say, what are your top 3 biggest challenges? And a lot of times we find that those 3 things that you thought were your 3 biggest challenges, those were symptoms of a bigger problem. And if we take care of these things, it's going to knock those things out. And that's not going to be an issue anymore.
And unlike many of the other accelerators, we tailor our curriculum to what Rachel just talked about. Our deep dives, your weaknesses, we look at it, and then we bring in experts.
Mm-hmm. And that's also kind of our thinking behind pairing you with the right mentor as well. Yeah. So it's tailored. every cohort is different. The education, some of the things are going to be the same.
Obviously,
like everyone wants pitching or needs pitching help, things like that. But or there are various things that we're like, you got to talk to somebody about like getting your finances right. You need to make sure you have the basics down. You want to be in front of investors. We're going to put investors there just to have a conversation with you and you be able to ask questions and stuff like that. But when we see that the cohort as a whole has a specific need, we're going to make sure somebody's in the room talking about that need. Like yesterday, when during the marketing panel, after it was done, I was like to Henry, I was like, we need you. We need something like this. This is missing. We need somebody like you in the room to talk about this. So, it's really great. So anyway, selection process, do the deep dives, and then we tailor the programming and we get it ready. So the programming is 4 days in person. It's very intense. Your brains will be fried by the end of the day, every day. By the end of the week, you're just like, I need 2 weeks vacation, but you can't because you're a founder. And so there is no vacation. And we just try to, like you said, hit you with everything we have to meet those 3 big challenges that entrepreneurs and veteran entrepreneurs face.
And we bring in some of the top talent that we can get to talk to you about their experiences, to talk to you about how they founded their company, how they were either successful or not successful, because I think in a lot of cases, people don't understand not being successful or failing at your first endeavor is actually incredibly valuable. It's invaluable to the success of your next startup, because most of the time entrepreneurs are serial entrepreneurs, so they like to do a lot of startups. Which is fantastic. And I think one of the best things about our program, we don't charge anything. So all the travel, all the hotel stays, all the chow, everything is free. And we don't take a stake equity in your company.
Yes.
So that we think makes us super duper unique. And then we provide extra value with a number of other things like media training. We provide some really detailed media training with some experts who've been in the business for 20 years.
Yeah. And like our foundation president, Andrea McCarran.
That's right.
Who she has a, broadcast journalism background, was a White House correspondent. She's done all the things. I always say she has like 57 Emmy Awards because I've lost count. But she is incredible. And she and the whole team, the whole digital team, they do an excellent job of getting you in front of a camera and putting a light in your face. And it's a lot different, talking about your company when the spotlight's literally on you. So really just teaching you how to do that. That's one of the very unique things about it. So after the 4 days, though, you're not done.
Nope.
We also do at least 6 weeks of mentorship, which can turn into a longer mentorship term with a team if you choose to do that.
Yep.
So we stay engaged with you.
In fact, once you're in the program, you're in for life.
Yeah, you're in. Sorry.
So we'll be contacting you.
Yep. I mean, take Alan, for example. Alan's one of the very first people the cohort members that I talked to, that I met with, that I interviewed with. And right off the bat, when he said he was from San Antonio, and I knew last September when I started, I was like, we're expanding to San Antonio at some point. And I was like, Alan, you're not going anywhere. I need you to be on our team. we need you to help us to move into San Antonio. And that is, not only was he an excellent cohort member, now an alum of the program, but also just a really great partner to have.
And that's part of our network, right? We build a network of fellow entrepreneurs, veteran entrepreneurs, folks that you can fall back on, you can talk to. There's no pride that gets in the way. There's no trade secrets that get in the way. We try to bring our network to you all, or our cohort members, so that they can have access to it all, which again is a great deal.
Yeah. So let's talk about what the program looked like in 2025 and what it's going to look like in 2026. So this past year, we expanded. We have 2 cohorts in Bentonville, Arkansas. That's where I am, Northwest Arkansas, home of Walmart, Tyson Foods, JB Hunt, all the things. So you kind of see why it's spaced there. So we have 2 cohorts there. We expanded to Tysons, Virginia, which is where PenFed and the foundation are headquartered and where Terry's based out of. In 2026, like you said, we are expanding the accelerator to San Antonio as well as Pittsburgh. So we're expanding to 5 accelerators, and we're starting an incubator program. So you want to kind of
Yeah, so the incubator program really is about in the ideation phase. So if you're a veteran, you've got an idea, you've probably created an MVP, again, not necessarily selling it or even have a prototype, but you've passed, you're not in the boot camp phase, which will probably start one of those as well, a number of those. So you've got some idea, you've got a business. Yes, sir. No, it'll be, yeah, it'll be for,
Pardon me, are you in church or is he in church? Okay, well then I'll zip it.
we'll be good. We'll be able to take your, we've got a lot of time. So we'll be able to, we'll stay until you, So our boot camp, and we haven't advertised this yet, so this is kind of live. And it'll be 2 years from now. It'll be for transitioning military folks and their spouses. The incubator is more for somebody who's got a plan. It doesn't have to be a perfect plan. They've got an idea of what they're selling. They've done some research, so they've kind of got a little bit of commitment. But they're certainly not well developed. They're not getting income. They need help, and that's what that incubator is all about. And so we want to touch more individual veteran entrepreneurs, and we think we can really help them. In our process where we're reviewing all the applications, we have to turn away a lot of folks because they're not quite there yet. They're not scalable. They don't have a good MVP. They haven't really thought it through. Well, this program is set up to allow you, to help formulate your company and kickstart you into the next phase.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it. So we are planning on, pedal to the metal, creating this program and implementing this program times 5 next year. So we'll do 5 incubators across the country, and those will be a little bit different than the accelerator. In the accelerator, we take people from all over the country. So even though it'll be based here in San Antonio, if someone from Idaho applies and kind of fits the bill, like, we're going to bring them into San Antonio, and we want to integrate into the community so that they see, this is a great place to bring my business. I can see the benefit in having and owning a business here too. So it's not just like the backdrop, that it's really like this full, engagement within the community. The incubator, though, will be very localized. So we will only take local applicants. Our speakers, we want to partner with like universities, different entities that support entrepreneurship and things like that, for our workshops and speakers and all of that. So that, in our opinion, will really just amplify those communities and really just build, because the companies, the businesses that are going to be in the incubator, yes, we would love for it to be a pipeline for the accelerator, and it will be. But a lot of those businesses may not ever fit that accelerator model, and that's okay, because they're going to go into their communities, they're going to have successful businesses, and they're going to just impact everything, the economy, local economy there, their families, and the community itself. So,
absolutely. And that's exciting, because we think we can make a greater impact on communities, on veterans, on military spouses, on more, which is what we're all about. We're passionate about helping out veterans. So this is going to be a great expansion, but we've got some other things coming as well.
What else?
I'm glad you asked.
But wait, there's more.
So we will also, at some point in 2028, hold our own conference. Yes. Woo!
Yes.
We don't know where it's going to be yet. But here's the good news. That's right. So Rachel didn't mention, we look at our top cities study that we do every year. Our top cities study, we look at I think it's 36 MSAs. What does that stand for?
Metropolitan
Statistical
area.
areas. There you go. And based on that, we rate 4 major categories: livability, economic growth, friendliness to veterans, and the 4th one I always forget.
I knew you were going to ask.
There's a 4th one. It'll come to me in a second. But we look at that, and then we use 36 not subjective, but objective areas and details with a number of statistics we pull from all over the place. Our partners pull from all over the place, and we rank them. And I think in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, San Antonio was 19th, 2024, 11. And although we didn't do 2025 yet, I probably can say, get
With
ready for this. This is a
authority.
big one. I want to say San Antonio was number 9.
Yes.
So as San Antonio moves up, we look to potentially have that conference in San Antonio, but we can't say that for sure. So that'll be exciting, real
Yeah.
exciting. Let's see, what else do we have?
Very early stages of planning all of that. So I was going to bring up top cities. Yeah, the top cities study should be out, I think,
At the end of
hopefully
this
at
month.
the at the end of the month. So kind of be looking for that.
Yeah.
And we are the incubator cities we've chosen kind of based on that.
That's
so
right.
it's data driven in a way, but also
Very
partner
data-driven,
driven.
yes.
So not only like, hey, this is a good place for, veteran entrepreneurs, but also, hey, we have some people here who are willing to help us like find venues, find, speakers,
Exactly
all
right.
the things. So
Yeah.
it's kind of all of the above. And we do plan on, once we have our proof of concept after next year, we say trial and error, but it's trial with no error is what we're going to have. Then we plan on expanding that and just going into more cities. And our goal is to just help as many veteran entrepreneurs as we can.
Yep.
And we want everyone to know not just about PenFed Credit Union, but about PenFed Foundation for Military Heroes as well.
Absolutely. And we did start this year, I forgot to talk about that, the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. We just do a little bit of everything here. We're a
That's
small
right.
but mighty team.
So we partnered with Reese Across America, and we've got one of our alum, or is it alumni? I don't know. I'm a math major, so I don't know the proper grammar. And a Marine. So anyways, Ron Nussbaum, who is our host for that.
Mhm.
And it's called, what's it called?
Service to Startup,
the Veteran Entrepreneur Podcast.
Yes.
It
It airs every Thursday morning, 8 a.m. on Reads Across America Radio. You can find it on our website, and any podcast where podcasts stream. So we feature all of our veteran entrepreneur cohort members, alumni, some of our speakers. Our very own CEO, James Skank, is going to be recording an episode as well. So we're just super excited. It just kicked off maybe a month and a half ago, and we've just already gotten a lot of excitement generated around it. So definitely check it out.
Yeah.
And also make sure that you connect with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all the things, because we have a lot of other things going on with the foundation other than the Veteran Entrepreneur Program that we would love for you to get involved with it and learn about.
And so finally, our call to action, because everybody needs a call to action. We've got 3 or 4 things. I don't know which we'll decide here in a second. But the first thing is, so if you're a veteran, active duty service member, or spouse of an active duty service member, and you are an entrepreneur, contact us. Contact us on our PenFed Foundation website. And look for our application there, and we encourage you to apply. Second, if you're interested in supporting us and what we do, just contact us. You can find mine at terry.williams@penfed.org, and just email me directly, or Rachel.
For me, Rachel, RACHEL.Miller@penfed.org.
Or if you want to donate to support the effort, you can contact the PenFed Foundation as well. at our website. So with that, we'll open it up to questions. Unless you anything else.
One more thing. If you are interested in presenting, if you know people who would be really great at doing workshops, if you know good mentors who may want to get involved, send them our way. We're always looking for excellent speakers, mentors, and participants. So that's
All
it.
right. I think that is it. Questions? Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit.
Go for it.
Like my Hollywood Marine over there.
Whoa. How do you know I'm a Hollywood Marine? I did grow up in Los Angeles, did go to UCLA, so I guess I am sort of a Hollywood Marine.
Great.
Go ahead.
I didn't know it then, but now at 67 or 68, I don't know, I shouldn't say too much, but I'm looking to publish quite a few books, but I love what's the science behind this or that. And right now in the Marine Corps, I mean, as well as you know, I drowned it, I won't get the hell out of it after the gas. I'm gonna kill this dumb Mexican. So anyway, it was all activity. It was interactive.
Yes.
It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there's quite a few studies all over the world now that if you've been talking for in around 30 minutes, and this beautiful young lady that said her stuff towards me, it's okay. I'll let that slide. I think it'd be better she would have been sitting next to you. But okay, so I think if you ask everybody here, give me 80-90% feedback of what we said, I won't be able to tell you. That's okay. But I think next time you get into a group like us, make it after you talk for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, max, we did listen. Get us to interact, and you'll definitely know we're listening. Because like in boot camp, all the young students, my man, I was very active. And here, I was intensively going over to listen to you, but it's for all of us, it's next to impossible.
Do you have a question?
We're not. My question is, well, see, that was good. Now we're interacting, and that little giggle was good too.
Okay.
No, I don't have a question.
Oh, okay.
My observation was the young lady that spoke out of character, which I think she should have just held back that speaking. She introduced herself. You didn't ask me. There you go again. Okay, see, there you go again. That's not rude.
Are there any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, can you explain to me, sorry, a lot of the programs, like when it's advertised, speak about veteran entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So I'm a spouse of a veteran. Can you go more into like a little bit of that side? Like, is it just across the board, or how does it work when you're a spouse?
Okay, so her question was, how does it work for military spouses? And we accept military spouses into our program as well. So I'll give you an example. Our last cohort, our August cohort, we had we had a military spouse owned company called Our Riveter. And the founder, her name is Lisa Bradley. She is a military spouse, and let me just tell you about her product, who's really cool. So she started a company because she got frustrated with the fact that it's hard to find employment. Military spouses have a hard time finding steady employment because so many companies are like, well, I don't want to hire someone who's going to be gone in a couple of years, right? And so she created this handbag company where all of the components of the handbag are created by military spouses across the world and then all shipped in and then put together and sold. And I mean, and she's amazing. She was on Shark Tank. She got investment from Mark Cuban, like really, really cool company. So she was a part of our August cohort. We accept military spouses just like we accept veterans.
So the rule is you got to be 50% ownership in general. We say that because depending on where you are in your career or your journey, there may be investment that you've already gotten and it may dilute a little. And if you have two military veteran co-founders, you're not actually 50-50 because you've got that investment. But we look at all those factors to make the decision.
Yeah. Did that answer your question? Do you have any follow-up that you thought of? Okay, perfect. We can talk when
Excellent.
we're done.
Any other questions? Anybody? Yes, sir.
What if you're in between the incubator and the accelerator? For instance, I've got my patents.
Yep.
I've got some stuff going on with Texas A&M and UTRGV.
Mhm.
The thing is, when the physical product,
Yep.
it's very technical. They're helping build it.
Right.
So I guess some of the things you said that you're going to go over in the
Yeah.
accelerator sounded more like things that in my previous experiences
Mhm.
have been gone over in the incubator.
Right.
So are you going to move some of that stuff from the accelerator to the incubator like this makes sense for business?
Yeah. So
Pitfalls?
yeah. So great question. And your question is, how do you determine whether you should go to the incubator or the accelerator? Yeah. So our answer is just apply for the accelerator if you think you don't know. When we do a look at what your application and do a deep dive, we'll likely give you a call and ask you certain questions to figure out where you might fit in. And then that's when we'll determine whether or not you should apply and keep your application in the accelerator, or we would refer you to the incubator. Make sense?
Excellent.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Any other
Any other?
questions? Anything
Come
else?
on,
Yes,
you
sir.
can hit us with anything at this point.
With the incubators coming, when do you plan on, when will the first incubator be and where will it be?
Yeah.
And then how do you expand, how are you guys planning to expand the incubator program?
Yeah, so how do we plan on expanding the incubator? When is it coming? So our plan for next year, our incubator, our first one will be in March. And we'll do 5 throughout the year, like I mentioned. We aren't bringing our incubator to San Antonio next year. I think that is the plan because we want to get the accelerator right
Exactly.
here
Yep.
before we do that. So we'll bring the accelerator first. That's going to be our focus here. For the incubator 2026, like I said, we'll have 5 across the country, and then again we'll look at bringing a 6th, a 7th, and more. But I did write down the dates for the accelerator because I knew I would forget them. So the accelerator for next year in San Antonio will be the week of September 14th through 18th. And as far as the details on where, all of the logistics and everything, we're not sure yet. We're
Yeah.
still working on those details, but we will definitely share those on our website as soon as we get kind of that game
And if
plan.
anybody has any ideas or thoughts, just let us know.
Yeah.
What are the costs associated?
0.
Yes, it costs nothing.
It costs you nothing.
Yeah, it costs you some time.
That's
it,
right.
It costs you. I mean, it costs you nothing out of pocket, but it costs you a lot of time and brain power. And we recognize that you're still trying to run businesses while you're a part of the program,
Right.
and that's a lot. So we see
Yeah.
the sacrifice, but we're not asking for you for anything out of pocket. We kind of say, like, we aren't trying to profit off of veterans. We're trying to make veterans profitable.
And we
So-
know that a lot of times people ask that question. The real issue is we're a foundation. So we've fundraised, we have a fundraising arm that provides that to the program. And so what we really worry about is providing and executing that program
Mhm.
to all you for nothing.
Yeah.
0.
Yes, ma'am.
Since we're on live stream and broadcasting, I was wondering, do you know when your other accelerators are going to be next year? Where they're going to be around time frame? So for someone who may not be here in San Antonio.
That is a great question.
Well,
what are
then.
the dates of our?
I happen to
oh,
have
good, 'cause
them, if you don't mind.
I don't have
She can
my
buy
phone
some
on me.
time.
Whew, good.
Yeah.
I typed them all up, but I have to look at them at least 5 times a day to remember the dates.
Yeah, so I've got all the dates here. So let's see.
So we are going to update our website. We haven't put them on the
Right.
website yet because we are waiting to finalize our incubator application, and I kind of wanted to do that in one fell swoop. So within the next couple of weeks, in fact, we're meeting on Monday to get a game plan for posting all of this
Yeah.
on the website. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll have the application for the incubator, all of the dates, a little snippet about where you fit. So
Yeah.
do you fit the incubator model? Do you fit the accelerator model?
So the tentative dates for the accelerators, again, and that's national, with the exception of probably the one in Pittsburgh, and that is February 24 to 27. We'll do our Bentonville, Arkansas first one for the year. And then May 5 through 8, it'll be in Tysons. And then July 21 to 24, the accelerator will be in Bentonville again. We always do 2 in Bentonville. September 15th through the 18th, the accelerator will be here in San Antonio. And then November 3rd to the 7th, the accelerator will be in Pittsburgh. So does that answer your question? And those are tentative, so don't hold us to them because
I
something,
think those are set in stone.
well, they're set in stone until they're not, right? We
They're
know,
set
we
in
all know how that works. Something trumps us and then it does. Yes, sir.
I was interested if y'all had any data regarding the minority makeup, the ethnicity makeup for the cohorts, because I think if it, no matter what it reads,
Right.
diversification would be
Yeah.
good, and if it represented diversification, that would be more inviting to others
Yeah.
who might, right, not see themselves as a part of the cohort.
Yeah, so that's a fair question. We do have those statistics that we keep per cohort. I just couldn't tell you what they are, so I apologize. I'd have to dig it up, and I don't have that at hand.
Yeah.
But we do think it's important. We get that question asked every time. But I would just say this. It's all about performance. We're a meritocracy, just like it was in the military. We don't look at your skin color. We don't look at anything. We just look. But we do consider, if all things are equal, we might, well, actually, if all things are equal, we have a discussion, and it's a knockout, drag out with the board we have to kind of figure out why somebody should fit in. But unfortunately, it is very competitive. And so that's probably the last thing we would look at.
But
But we keep those numbers.
and also we want our
Yes.
cohorts to be as diverse as possible.
That's
and
exactly right. Yeah.
and quite frankly, I mean, like when you look at who is applying, oftentimes it is just middle-aged white men. We talk about this a lot. How do we get more women? How do we get more, yes. How do we get, different ethnicities and everything? Like apply, send people our way. Like we want to help as many people as we can. But ultimately, yes, it comes down to the strength of the application, the product. Can you scale? All of the things.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Two-part question.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy it. Okay. First part is what stage of a business or idea should an individual be to apply for your program? Second, how does one applicant prepare to be competitive in the application process?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I repeat the question. So what stage
What stage?
for the accelerator
How to be competitive?
and how to be competitive? Do you want to take
Yeah.
the
So
stage?
for the stage, again, we want you to have an MVP.
Mhm.
We want, again, a service. We want you to have kind of a track of income. So revenue. On the application, we ask you kind of what your revenue is, what your projections are, so forth and so on. We want to see all those things because part of what we want to do is make sure you're scalable, right? That's a big, yes.
And I'll add, what does your market look like? What does the market look
that's
like?
a big part.
That's a huge part because if your market is like this, then you're
You're
not
not scalable.
scalable. So I would add that.
Yeah.
And then how to make your application more competitive.
Yeah.
I would say obviously have those factors, but the more information you give us, the better.
Yeah.
And I always have conversations with founders, and they're like, and I tell them at the end of the call, the conversation, I'm like, hey, if you get any more traction, if something changes, if you have an updated investor deck, if whatever it is, like send it to us. We want all the information. We want to see that you're growing. We want to see that you're changing. We want to see that you're scaling. Because I mean, when you're in an early stage, things are changing so fast.
Yeah.
Like keep us in the loop. We want to know.
And we will often come back to the applicant asking questions that sometimes drive their application development. So if you apply and we're like, hey, this seems like it's missing this. Did they just forget to tell us this? or is it missing? We'll give them a call and ask them those questions. And a lot of times they'll say, yeah, that was our plan. I say, okay, let's put that into the application because that makes a difference on scalability or your market or whatever it is we're looking at the time. Yes, ma'am, in the back one.
Can I add one more thing to that? The other thing that I think is really important that we haven't touched on yet is, let's say you make it through that initial round and we've like shortlisted your application and we set up a call. I'm going to set up a call with you and we're just going to talk through your application, get to know each other, all of that. One of the most important things that I'm looking for in those conversations is, are you coachable?
Yeah,
are you willing to take advice, constructive criticism? Are you willing to listen to someone call your baby ugly and you be okay with it, you know? And not necessarily that you have to take the advice, but like, can you accept the advice, right? Can you just take it in and not get defensive? Are you someone who we can put someone in front of you and they can say, you totally screwed that up. And you can go, oh, I did, how? Not, no, I didn't, and get defensive about it, right? So that is one of the most important things that we look for, and an application can't measure that.
Right.
And so that conversation is very, very key to our selection process.
And part of that discussion is also about the leadership, right? We know that it is leadership and the team that the leadership builds, that veteran builds, that is the most important indicator of success as an entrepreneur. So in those discussions, we glean a lot of information about how you lead your team, what your team is made up of, because that's absolutely essential to how successful you will be. So does that answer your question? Yes, sir. Ma'am, in the back.
So this question is not for me. How does PenFed Foundation work with veterans or veteran related, where maybe they don't want to be an entrepreneur, but they have so many ideas that they want to be able to hand off to the people who can make it happen, and maybe even have a slight hand in it? Or how does PenFed Foundation work for them?
Yeah, so that's
So how, I'm a little confused. Do you
so if you don't want to be a veteran entrepreneur, and so you don't want to join our program or at least apply to our program, what else does the veteran PenFed, the foundation, do?
Okay. Is that what you're asking?
How get the ideas connected to people in your program who would be interested in it?
So that's interesting. I haven't really thought about that. How do you say you have an idea and you don't really want to run with it, but you want to pass it on to somebody who might want to run with it? You know, that's interesting. That's the first time that's come up. And I don't know, but hey, you just email me. Someone will know. Someone will be interested. So, you know, I'll be like, hey, I can't do it, but here's somebody who can. And that's one of the really great things, is like just the network that we've built is like, you can always find someone who knows someone who wants to help. So that's really great. I have to think more on that. You stumped me.
Yes, ma'am.
You can also start, you know, that we have Resource SA, right? Like, there could be some veterans who want to start businesses, who may not have a great idea yet, or, you know, you get together, like when Alan and I get together, it's like this continuous idea, right? And we kind of innovate, and then something happens. So get connected with us, and then we can see how, you know, we move that forward.
Actually, I just thought about this. We're building an app with a bunch of tools for veterans and veteran entrepreneurs. And I think what we could do is we could add kind of a workspace for idea generation that people can throw out there for others to take on, other veterans to take on. So that may be an answer that we can try to incorporate into that as well. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of companies are you looking for? So Alan is in tech. Are you just looking for tech firms, or what kind of companies are you guys?
Yeah, so that's a brilliant question. We obviously, because we're focused on the military and national security, we like tech, national security firms, but that is not a discriminator or disqualifier. We've had firms that made caramel popcorn, Funky Chunky. We've had firms that make purses, our Riveter. So just apply. We don't discriminate if you're not a national security or tech firm. what sometimes can happen is we may have too many of one type of firms, so we may push you to a next cohort. So there's lots of opportunity. Never cut yourself short and self-select or down-select.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
So if they're like, is that a selection criteria, like what type of company it is, or is that?
No, so no, we are industry agnostic. We do ask like what industry, because like you said, we want to kind of a variety in each of the cohorts. So it's not super tech heavy or it's not super CPG heavy or whatever. But we take any industry. Again, like if you're a high growth, scalable, we don't care.
We want you.
We want you.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to touch more veterans. You're going to do more for the community.
Any other questions?
Not so much of a question. I just want everyone to know that.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I just want everyone to know that I saw that PenFed report about San Antonio being number 19 on the list, and I was not happy with it when I moved to San Antonio, and I set a goal right then and there to get San Antonio to number 1. And when we connected, I told you, like, that's my goal.
Yeah.
You guys told me that you're coming to San Antonio. It's like, great. Okay, so number 9, like, potentially number 9 is good. But we're not stopping till we're number 1. Everything with the incubators, Melanie and I are going to lock and load with you guys. I have a lot of ideas on things we can do that I'm excited to talk about.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, we just want to thank you guys for inviting us today. And I mean, this has been great.
Yeah.
You guys put on an awesome event and we're so excited
Absolutely.
about our expansion. Thank you all for coming. And we just really appreciate you. Feel free to, engage with us after. We love to have those conversations with you too. So
Absolutely.
Appreciation.
so sweet.
Well, thank you.
We wanted to just give you something.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
We
much.
appreciate it. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. Put that down.
I'll put this here then.
So
All right,
we're going to kill you guys.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, will you
Excellent.
get
Oh.
one on my phone too, Henry?
This one?
Yep. Will you do it? Yes, like straight up and down. Yeah, or the other way.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
You are so sweet.